We're setting all these things up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the lights, the balance. Is it the box? Anyway.
Let's start warming up and all that.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back from the motherland.
Kavita, check.
If you all gather around.
Check if the link is working, Kavita.
Leave it at mother, okay? We don't want to take it past that.
Alright. Alright.
Hello. International today, right? International something day. Alright, are you fired up?
Whoa. Yeah.
Northeast.
Fired up.
Northeast.
Fired up.
Oh, no. Please take the furthest chairs. In fact, please, everybody, please. Take the furthest seats in the back, please. We recommend the furthest seats in the back. Don't come close at all. All these are not close. Yeah. So, Priya, don't sit so close.
They didn't get the message time.
No, don't sit so close. Please, Priya.
Nobody got the message.
Study. Don't sit so close, man. Don't sit so close. Priya.
He's a non-vegetarian anyway. He'll bite. He'll eat.
Don't sit so close. Especially now, don't sit so close. I've eaten for tonight. I promise I will not bite. And I have a particular, aversion. My only aversion are humans. Eating humans is my only aversion. So you know, I'm not a humanitarian. I'm not a humanitarian.
You better not say anything.
The only thing we don't eat are what? Guys, the only thing we don't eat are what? The only thing we don't eat are what? Vegetables. She's a vegetarian. People, things you don't eat is what you know. If you're a vegetarian, that means you don't eat vegetables. Oh. Right. If you're a humanitarian, it means you don't eat. I'm glad that you have realized what you are.
You're warming up.
You're fired up?
Yeah.
All right, Northeast. Man, it's so warm outside. In fact, I don't know why I'm wearing anything. All right.
There's a reason, Tom.
It's so warm. I don't know. But anyway, without further ado, welcome to the Herugu home. They have kindly allowed us to come and inhabit here for a short period of time today. In that time, we'll be sharing some exciting information, and we call it Pase.
All right. Whoa.
For those of you who doesn't know what, who can spell Pase? Pase. In fact, I'm going to do what they do to my kids. You got to stretch it out, Pase. Pase. So yeah, who can spell Pase?
Slowly pace it out.
How do you spell?
P-H-A-S-E.
P-H-A-S-E. Now, there is no wrong answer. Please don't let anybody spell it for you.
P-A-C.
Is that the only body? Okay, so P-H-A-S-E. Anybody else?
P-A-C.
P-A-C-E. Pace. Oh man, you guys are too intelligent.
P-A-S.
Huh?
P-A-S.
Pace. Man, you guys are awesome. I hope life will value. Okay, so can I? In math, I remember in math.
P-A-I-S-E.
Why they must be I? What's it? So let's do one thing. In math, right? When you formulate, I know, don't sit so close. Don't sit so close. So what happens? So in math, when you're doing a formula, you have to assume all things being equal, right? Okay. So we're going to make some assumptions today. Give me liberty since I'm hosting. We're going to make some assumptions, okay? Let's assume the Y is silent, okay? And let's assume, CE sometimes can be pronounced SE. We're going to assume that this is the spelling. Oh, Krishna, Lord. Krishna did it. Can you see it? Krishna did it. He assumed that it is not C and that the Y is silent. So it's one of those languages where there's an invisible Y, but you don't talk about it, right? And the C is silent. So we're going to do P-A-S-E. So you will never forget the spelling of Pase. You got it?
Yep.
All right, cool. So, we didn't put today's date. Today's 11:30, 1/8, right? Can you all see it? I hope you can. Anyway, so welcome. She's Tolu and I'm Tyre. Short, you can call us TNT, right? Like Carnival, TNT. Come on, guys. What? TNT,
Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah. People who know. It's TNT, okay? So she's the bigger TNT. TNT explosion. Oh man. Balaji's on a roll. Fire, he said. You said explosion, she didn't hear it. She said fireworks. I go with you. Fireworks. Explosion doesn't count. Fireworks. Okay. So, what did you say?
TNT, Cartoon
Cartoon Network. Look at this. Wow. Turn that. Okay, that's this. Okay. So, but I should let you know, in this TNT, it's not equal. Anybody who thinks this is equal is you don't know. There's a big T and a small T. So I am going to defer to the big T, being that I'm the small T here. So please, I defer. I'm the easy small case. This is highlighted capital. So without further ado, please, help me welcome Tolu. How did you know that you're giving it away? Stop.
Alright, so welcome to Pase. Today's an exciting Pase. We're going to be having a look. Who's going to be covering lovely atmosphere. How many people have the atmosphere at home?
Yay!
Yes. So by the time,
One in every room.
yes,
More
we
people.
have one. By the time our look is done, everyone should look
Subscribe.
to getting one for themselves.
Yeah, I think the upgrade.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
should do upgrade.
Bathroom is important.
Every room in the house. Shini, there's none in the bathroom. Balaji said, I didn't say that. So, alright, so we'll get to all these exciting things. There's a young gentleman in the room, okay, and he's very knowledgeable on a very serious level. He's very knowledgeable about the products. He's definitely core, right? He's, I don't mean concentrated, I mean he's core, C-O-R-E. It's probably concentrated too, but that's a different ballgame. So he's going to cover the topics of immunity and health. And then, I mean, I don't know who came up with this topic, but the person is an absolute genius, okay? Immunity, health, and atmosphere. I mean, this is absolutely awesome. Without further ado, for the first time ever, first time ever in the Herubu Pace, please help me welcome to cover immunity, health, and atmosphere, Mr.
You know 20 minutes is 20 minutes.
I was telling Sandy, we can transition Dio into products as well. We can continue from there on. Nobody does hosting like that. Absolutely. Hi guys, this is Alok, sponsored by the absolute best Gaurav and Sapna here. Very excited. I want to talk about a few of the products. Anybody up for a joke?
Yeah. Been happening last 20 minutes.
That is true. I prepared one, so I have to share it. So this guy gets to the office late, very late. So his boss says, "Where were you?" He said, "I was outside. Somebody had lost $100 bill." He said, "Really? I'm glad. You helped him get it." He said, "No, I was standing on it." Some people got it, some people got it. That's one to it. There you go. Yeah, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Really appreciate it.
It's atmosphere today.
Yeah, so good atmosphere.
Good atmosphere.
Good atmosphere. I want to talk first about atmosphere in it, right? How many people have an atmosphere?
I have atmosphere.
How many people have atmosphere?
Is it possible to keep it on top of the table?
It's heavy, Shane.
So
We can try.
Table bit presents.
Let's try.
Tayo has sat on the table.
Let's
So.
try.
Okay. You sure?
Also, they presented us with this. Sorry. The host does this.
There you go.
There. Okay.
Wow.
Perfect.
Awesome.
I mean, anybody, who's aware of these days, the air quality, especially around this time of the year, right? This time of the year, we are all indoors, right? Why do people have most allergies around this time of the year? Because you're all indoors, there's no circulation of air. We go outside places which are crowded, like malls, you get in lines, right? Your car, you don't open windows, right? Plus, obviously people have stress and other things, right? So the air quality indoors is actually worse than it's outdoors. and because of the weather outside, we can't open the windows, right? So it makes it very more critical to be aware of the air quality inside, right? And I was reading through and I was going through some of the tutorials, right? A lot of things which we have at home also emit smells, right? If you bring some new furniture in the house, right? If you paint, right? Or whatever it is, some things we can smell, some things we can't smell, but they're very, very small. Like just for example, the size of a micron, and we get technical, the size of the micron that this can filter is 0.007.
Wow.
Right? That is 7,000 times smaller than a human hair. And even if I talk about my hair, it is still smaller than right? 7,000 times smaller than that, right? And I've had this for a few years, this unit, right? And I can personally say I like this unit better than e-spring. It is a very, very underrated product. You have it in your house, you put it in one room, that room will smell totally different than the entire house. Totally. And very fresh. So it feels so like, people cook at home, right? A lot of us, we cook all sorts of things. Some people cook, some people don't cook. So, but they have a lot of, what do you call it? Smells. Aroma. Aroma is a good word. Right? Like when my mom wasn't here in the summers, she would cook, right? So, but anybody who would come home, they would always be amazed that there is no smell, because this is running 24/7, right? Because I don't like, I love food, but I don't like the smell which lingers around from the food, right? How many people with me on that? Especially in business, when they say you want to step out, you don't want to step out with your kitchen. They should not be able to tell, right? Plus, it keeps you extremely healthy, right? Like how many people take vitamins regularly? Right? Everybody, right? And we all use our e-spring filtered water, right? How many people who use e-spring filtered water have gone outside, had water outside? Did you feel the difference? Big difference, right?
Taste.
Try this. See, every product that Amway has, I think this also has a 4-month money back guarantee. 4 months. That is enough time for anybody who does not have this product to try it. It will give you a good experience. You can also have this financed through PayPal for 6 months at 0% interest. It is about $1,300, right? And about 450 PV. Very, very good PV, right? If you retail it, I personally have retailed a couple in the past, right? So you can have, $400 profit every unit. People at our open meeting have gone silver, selling these units, right? So now this unit which I'm talking about, right? This is the latest model of the Atmosphere Sky. It's called Atmosphere Sky now, right? First thing, if you see this, right, what do you feel when you see this unit the first time?
Sleek.
Very, very sleek, right? Very classy. Just like your water filter. In my kitchen, the most appealing product is the water filter. Obviously, I don't cook much, so that's the only thing on the counter. Right? But that is the most appealing thing. I love that. Keep it clean, shiny. Same thing goes with this. Very high quality product, right? Anybody who has Apple phones?
Huh?
Anybody in this room has a phone which is less than $1,000 you buy. What if you bought it?
Talking about brand new, not refurbished.
Oh, not refurbished, sorry, and not something you had thrown, or whatever.
Less than
but any new phone, if you look to buy today, right? Apple has a standard in it. Especially for people who are on Apple, they have a standard to keep raising the prices. So now you have the new phones are like, Venkat is laughing here, $1,200, $1,400 for a phone. Something which after a year is outdated for you. 2 years it slows down. How many people have bought eSpring and you had to update it? Right? Same goes with this unit. Right? And it has a 3-layer filtration system. It does about 99.99% filtration. Right? And I'll give you a good example. The first filter, if you see here,
can you stand the other side? We're blocking.
Is the particle filter. That filter is the only one which you do not have to replace. You can wash it. It's like a mesh, right? How many people have? And I'm just comparing this with eSpring because these two are some of our flagship products, right? So people who are core, they know these products, can become a must as to the views also. And you can only retail this product if you have them. Right? If you don't have them, that question doesn't come, right?
Can you turn it off and take it out and see? Show the filter.
Sure, I will do that.
Demo.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Now I'll be mentioning the features and the benefits as I go along, right? Now, the one thing you would love about our Amway electronics, right, is that they're very simple to assemble. There is nothing complicated about it. Like the E-spray filter in 3 pieces, anybody can do it. You don't have to even worry, right? Here also, very simple unit. You don't have to do anything about it, right? So the first filtration is the mesh, right? This mesh is basically for particles, dust particles. If somebody has pet hair, right? Now, how many of us have have replaced water filters, right? What is the color of that filter after certain usage? Brownish, right? You use this in your house for a year or so, or even lesser, depending on the surroundings. This will be covered with all dust if you wash this, right? And you can see through this how much dust it catches. Right? Because sometimes we feel, house is very clean, but if you even have carpets, right? Carpets never lose dust. You change carpets. And anybody who has changed carpets in their house, how much dust is under the carpet. You have to literally walk away, put something on your nose, right? We are breathing that, right? That's why people, who have kids, or when you buy a house, when you move into a house, first thing you do is you change carpets. You don't do anything else in the house, the first thing you do is change carpets. Why? Because you don't want to smell that. If something falls, you don't know, right? And especially if you have kids who will crawl on it or walk on it, they're walking, talking, they just like to carry the germs with them wherever they go, right? So this is something which you don't change, and you just clean it up. And this basically clears up all your visible particles. Visible particles, pets, like I said, right? Any dust in the air, you can see it. It just sticks on, right? Second is this is the HEPA filter. So, this HEPA filter is essentially for allergens, any viruses, any bacteria, right? In fact, I was reading on our website, even H1N1 viruses it can remove, flu viruses. Right? And they say that we don't claim that it's medical and all that stuff, but it does work. Like a lot of our products are vitamins and all, we don't claim it's drugs, but we all know the efficiency is as good or better than drugs, right? And this is another filter, right? Now it's all works in combination. The third one which is there is the carbon filter. This is for any odors or smoke. Now obviously I am not a scientist on this, obviously there's a lot of information available online where you can go and see, right? Now again, the replacement of these depends upon your surroundings. This, the HEPA filter can last anywhere 3 to 5 years. These can also be 2 to 3 years. They suggest to recommend these filters about every 12 months, but that's a recommendation, and obviously it has indicators on the top which will tell you that if your filter is running out, just like you have your filter, right? And the good part about it is, like for a lot of us who have the older units, the newer ones, there's an app also on the phone. You can connect the app on the phone, and that will tell you the status of the filter, right? And another thing which they recently introduced, which is very exciting about this product, is it comes with a 2-year warranty. Like the water filter, it comes with a 2-year warranty. But if you install the app, if you register this product, and then if you change the filter when it recommends it, you can extend that 2 years up to 5 years. So you get a 5-year limited warranty, essentially, for a 2-year product, right? And like e-spring, it gets cheaper over time. As you use it, it's very, and you can see there's a motor here. And the best part about another thing, I obviously love this.
Don't take the motor out.
See, if somebody sees a design here, right?
All the way.
You can put it anywhere.
Look. All the way.
Hold it.
No, for the camera.
Camera.
This way.
Oh, okay.
You see the design, right? That means you can put it, stack it up anywhere against the wall, it will never get blocked. The flow never gets blocked. Because even if you put it against the wall, the flow always goes, right? it's not like it's blocked like this and the vents are in the back. So this you can put it anywhere you feel like, unless you cover this in the back, so dust doesn't go in.
Unless you want to dry your towel.
Like a lot of us coming from India, right? We cover all essential parts as well, right? Like plastic. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I've been to homes where people's sofas are covered with plastic, right? I mean, on the places where you sit. Yeah. Right? And they catch sweat, they become yellow after a while, So you know what I'm saying, right?
Oh, yeah. How do you write sweat?
Huh? let's not go there. So that is another great part about it, right? The newer unit also have, I believe they also have wheels under it, right, Gaurav?
The newer ones have.
The newer ones also have wheels under it, so you can actually drag them, and it can the wire can go all around like that, right? Gaurav, and I think Gaurav and Sapna have the newer unit. Gaurav, if you can share your experience regarding using the app.
Can you move it with the app?
Please.
It's not Tesla, Balaji.
Talk about the wheel.
Tesla, Balaji. You can't summon it.
Gaurav and Sapna,
Talk
please.
about the wheel.
Please, Gaurav and Sapna. Yeah, please. Help us welcome Gaurav and Sapna. To talk about the latest one with the wheel.
Yeah.
No, ours doesn't have wheels. The ones after.
No, Gaurav said it has.
But they have the app. They can use right now. Also, Gaurav is showing that he can see the notifications.
Please
that
come
one
in.
of them needs filter change.
Come in for
Okay. Yeah. See, Alok covered it beautifully, but more the reason we have it is because of the health, right? Over the last 2 years, we had done changes to the home, with removing a carpet and things like that. And the reason we bought one is in our older daughter's room. It's been there for when this one came out. The only reason we purchased a new one from the old one, our old one, we had it for about 10 years.
Yeah.
Right, and I think Sriram will also remember in Westchester has to have this one. So the only reason it got replaced because
qualifier.
the only reason we replaced that was because 10 years later it was the connection. This one was a little loose and it was always disconnecting. When you call up a corporation, they didn't have a substitute for it, and they commended us for having it for 10 years. Thinking the unit won't run more, like that. So that's the reason we went ahead and bought one more. And put it in Tara's room, and we have seen a difference in hers because she's been coughing a lot, at least last spring into summer, and now it's been different over the last 8-9 months. I can see the difference. She's not been coughing and all that. So you feel a big difference. And recently we also got one for our master bedroom where our second daughter sleeps. So it's more than that, it's the benefit that we are seeing in our kids in terms of the health and where we see more difference. And we also have the old atmosphere near the kitchen, so that keeps running whenever the stuffs are running. So that's one thing. And regarding what
and as soon as if you're cooking something, you will see if you put it on the auto mode, instantly it will come on.
Yeah.
You will see that it's coming on and it will become red and then it will become green. The colors. I don't know if can you show the
demo.
Just touch the laptop.
Okay.
So this is the app that shows the status of each of the filters. Like this is the one in the master bedroom. So the pre-filter, you see it's a little orange, so it means that I need to basically wash it. The HEPA filter is still green. It says looks good, and then the carbon filter also says looks good, right? So moment it reaches red, it'll give an indicator both on the unit as well as on your app, and then you can go ahead and replace just the respective filter. Right. So that's the benefit. That the older one, the one before this had a remote control, which basically you could remote. This one there's no remote. Everything is based by your app, and this is again cloud based, right? Yeah. Right. Most of us get excited when we can control our thermostat remotely from anywhere in the world. This is our product. We have to get more excited about it. We can control it from anywhere in the world. Right. This is the first thing that's app-based remote. So get more excited about that. So.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Yeah.
Like Sapna just said, you can see this here. Like I'm standing here, right? If it feels any, dust or anything, any pollution in the air, not that I'm bringing pollution here. Not too much, don't worry about it. Not that I'm bringing, but you see, right? It's red.
He's asking why it's red.
I mean, it's taking any negativity away. Right? So you can see that here. Right? And I can say that I have never, along with Viman takes all the vitamins as well. Giving these things water. Because all of these things, they add up. You don't know what's contributing to what, but they all add up. Right? Very funny something.
Demo, na? Demo. Demo, alone. Demo is
right here.
No, Demo, it was there already. I'm just showing the viewers. No? I'm showing the viewers.
See, demo, it became green now. See, it became green.
Switching
up, See, it became green now.
You didn't put on auto?
Right? You
didn't put on.
It became green. So, guys, best of the best product.
Hey, do you have incense?
Oh yeah, do you have a light? Kavita, you have incense? Huh. Please.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so we can show how it.
We can show that as
We can show why it turns red.
Yeah. In the meantime, and if you go on YouTube, and this is just YouTube. If you go on YouTube, there are several videos on YouTube. So, like this is a general video talks about the product.
So can you keep the
We often retreat indoors seeking relief from allergens. But how can we be sure we're providing the best air quality possible for ourselves and our families? Introducing the Atmosphere Sky Air Treatment System. Through a refined 3-stage filtration process that includes a pre-filter, a better than HEPA particle filter, and an odor-reducing carbon filter, it effectively removes 99.99% of allergens and other contaminants, providing safer, cleaner air for you and your loved ones. Atmosphere Sky. Relief is in the air.
What's SG?
Hey.
Don't worry about it.
SG?
This is another. These are a couple of very nice videos. Talk about product and also you can share with your clients, whoever want to talk about.
You and I, on average, spend about 90% of our time indoors. In fact, our indoor air quality can actually be 2 to 5 times worse than the air quality outdoors. The rooms in our homes can have VOCs, which are volatile organic compounds. Simply put, these are gases that can be emitted from the flooring, from our furniture, and our walls. On top of VOCs, we also have airborne bacteria, viruses, allergens, fungi, and even cockroach and dust mite allergens. So how can we reduce contaminants from the air inside our environment? The Atmosphere Sky Air Treatment System is the best performing HEPA air treatment system among top competitors for removing allergens as well as other contaminants. The Atmosphere Sky system is the only air treatment system among top competitors for reducing odors such as cooking, pet, formaldehyde, mildew, and chemicals like ozone. The Atmosphere Sky system is able to do this with its IntelliFlow technology, a 3-stage filtration system with a particle sensor and motor design, which allows the system to move more air to clean a larger environment. The first stage of the filtration process is the pre-filter. The pre-filter is responsible for reducing the largest airborne contaminants, such as clothing fibers or pet hair. The second stage is the HEPA filter. Now, the HEPA filter is very effective at reducing airborne bacteria, viruses, and pollen. In fact, the HEPA filter is able to reduce pollution that is up to 7,000 times smaller than the average thickness of human hair, and reduce this pollution up to 99.99% as it's drawn through the filter. The last stage of the filtration process is the carbon filter. The carbon filter is responsible for reducing common household odors, as well as potentially harmful gases. One of the innovations of the Atmosphere Sky system is the connected experience. Your remote, allowing you to control your unit from anywhere at any time. But the connected experience is actually much more than a remote. In fact, you can monitor your surrounding indoor air quality and filter life. One of the great features of the Atmosphere Sky system is the renewable warranty. When you purchase the system, you'll get a 2-year warranty on the unit. Plus, you'll get up to an additional 3 years renewable warranty just by replacing the filters when the unit tells you to. The Atmosphere Sky system is a result of over 5 years of research and development, resulting in our best air treatment system. If you're concerned about the quality of air that you breathe, then get an Atmosphere Sky air treatment system, because we know that quality of air is quality of life.
Awesome.
All right.
So you see that at 120 day. If anybody hasn't tried it, 120 days is enough time. To
Stop
tell
that, stop that.
Right?
You do it when it's doing. Okay. Make noise, right?
It's already red though.
It's already red. See, because it's already sensing.
Yeah, but the fan will go up.
Yeah. Is it an auto mode?
It's an auto.
It's not auto.
Put it on
It's
auto.
anyways red.
No, put it on auto so that it to pick up and go up and down.
Yeah,
See the
now you
fan?
see that?
Exactly. Hear the fan?
See the fan speed increased, right?
You hear it.
As it senses more.
Oh, it went up all the way.
And you can see go all the way. See?
And then when you take it away?
We'll still get it sensitive. We'll go to the other side of the room.
So it will gradually go down.
Yeah. Okay, you have to go really far. The smell is all over.
And you can tell, anybody who has this unit, you can tell there is no stuffiness. When you go into people's house who have a lot of furniture, because a lot of people have a lot of furniture, a lot of things in the house, right? You put this unit in between, you would not feel stuffiness in the air. Because the air does not have any room to circulate, right? So obviously a great unit. If you haven't tried it, check with your person who launched you, and you can
No, just buy one and demo it.
You can actually buy one and try.
Yeah.
So 120 days satisfaction, there's nothing like that, right? Now the other product I want to talk about obviously is immunity. Like since we spoke about allergies, right? I want to talk about immunity as well.
It started reducing. It reduced already.
Yeah, immunity help. Immunity now it started to go down as well.
The fan.
Right, so the fan speed will slow down and you'll slowly see it go all the way down and then it changes color to yellow and then it will be green, right? To tell you, that it's working. How many people, get affected when the change of season happens? Right? Everybody, right? And what have we done in the past when we never took vitamins? It just came, and for a period or so, a week or so, we would be basically down in health. And I remember telling everybody, whenever this happened, 3-4 days, I'm there, but I'm not in my best, right? Now there are few, obviously, nothing replaces a good diet, exercise, right? Amount of sleep, whatever your body needs, and a control of stress as much as possible, whatever the things happen to be, right? But having supplementation along with it takes your immunity a long way, right? Which is why there's a certain amount of products. Even today, an email came today from Amway, which talks about the season changing and the products which are applicable for that. It just came right in time for me at least, because I was preparing for the products today. So one of them is the vitamin C extended release, right? Now vitamin C. Now the good part about like any product, right? This one is obviously organic, on our farms, right? I was surprised to see the content. The amount of vitamin C in one tablet is equivalent to 7 oranges, 16 lemons, or 7 dragon fruit, without having the acidity. If you have 16 lemons, you will feel a little out of order, right? So you can imagine the potency, right? From the acids of the cherries, right? And it is extended release, means it releases gradually in your intestine, over a period of 8 to 12 hours. So it gives you that much protection. Right? And they have similar products, for kids as well. Right? Now kids, there is no allergy season for kids. Every day is an allergy season. Once your kid starts to go out, they go to school, if they mix with other kids, they can catch anything any day. That's why when the kids come home, first thing you tell them, go wash hands. right? You don't want them to go around with that, right? But with them, there is no control. So, what I do first thing in the morning is give Ivan this, among, gummies and other things, 4 of these in the morning. Especially in this season, because there is no air circulation, there is no much sun, there is no much activity to build. And there is not even a sniffer. You can see the gradual effect of the health on them, right? And they are chewable, they love the flavor of it. Right? And he said, how is this so delicious? I don't know. Right? Then he say, he sees my vitamins. Is yours also that delicious like mine? I can just not talk about it. So can I try? I'm like, you don't want to try. I don't want to take your taste away of the vitamins, right?
You're done with it? You're done
Yeah, please. Thank you. The other again, they have for kids, we have the probiotics, for the intestine, for their immune system, right? Something which you, if anybody who has children here, you should start giving your kids vitamins based on their age, and check, so they can take, right? Good baby, right? And the whole family takes the vitamins. Your volume 200, 300, whatever you want to do, it will just happen. You won't have to think, right? Like for me, I have a certain set of vitamins. Devana has a certain set of 4 or 5 vitamins every month. Now he's waiting. His gummies are finished. When are we going to order those? Did you order them already? You know what I'm saying? This is very exciting. So you can try this. Your kids, obviously, you don't try this. And this is along with vitamin C. There's an echinacea. Right now, if you vitamin C, the best thing you can do is you take it daily. I take 1 daily. That's the best thing to put in your regimen. Otherwise, when the season comes and you need it, you can take it that time. They recommend 1 a day, but then you can take twice a day. If you feel, you really get impacted by the allergy season, so you can handle it better. But otherwise, I take it 1 a day. That's the best. You don't have to worry about when the season changes. And the other is the echinacea. Again, made out of the echinacea plant, great for immunity. Up to 3 a day. When your allergy season arrives and you feel you can up and lower the dosage, you feel your body. So, and the best part is you see they have the shield on them, which means they are for defense. Like you have the heart and you have the bone, they have the shield on them. Right? All products 6 month money back guarantee. Try and stay healthy, build your business, make it happen. Awesome. And with that, to the dashing host.
All right, awesome. I told you about hello. Please give him a round of applause, please. Awesome presentation. So, as you noticed, when I approached the machine, it's only at the green light. Yeah, so green light. We'll be monitoring it all day. So we'll know the source. No, we'll know the source of all the stuff. So yeah, it's green light. Make a note.
You're gonna have a parade next year?
Yeah, there'll be a parade. So, so we talked about Pase, right? This is the product part that Alok just talked about. On the immunity, he didn't have a chance to go into all of it, but oh, by the way, there's a disclaimer. You know how Kumar does the disclaimer? There's a disclaimer. This product is not recommended to cure, anything. We're not, so see a doctor. Please see a doctor or medical expert. Okay, so this is just a recommendation. Alok is not a medical doctor, but he's recommending from his experience. Is that right, Alok?
Yes.
I can speak on your behalf?
Please.
Thank you. All right, so, but from his personal experience, he knows this works, right?
Yes.
Okay, so because of Alok, please get one. And then try it out for yourself. So now we're going to talk about system. Now, the beauty of this business is actually the mentorship, right? The way Alok just mentored all of us about the system is the same way, your coaches and your mentors actually mentor you in the business part, right, of this business. The mental part, I think I should say, of this business. Now, part of our mentorship, some tools we use, obviously, we talk about the streaming, the video, talk about books, right? And some people just, because it's a packed room, right? Guys, a packed room?
Yeah.
We really can't have everybody, you have to be here. Listen, guys, I know you guys really want to be here, but you have to be here next time. So it's a packed room right now. So some people have been selected or pre-selected to actually just cover streaming and boats, right? Don't all come at once. Okay, don't all come at once. We don't want a stampede here, right? But for those of you who have been pre-selected, can you please just move to my left, which is your right, please? Please give them a round of applause. We have them get all right. Very sharp. Just a few. See, only a little bit of the room is doing this. They are pre-selected. We don't want to stampede and all that. So for I'm not going to call you up. Please introduce yourself and talk about what you've been pre-selected for. All right? Awesome. Awesome couple.
Who's excited? Yeah! We are Venkat Madhu, sponsored by Rajan Madhu, part of Mentor by Balaji and Priya, part of Chandramana team.
All right.
Hi everybody, I just want to talk about this week's streaming talk by Arna and Kiran. This CD mostly talks about the key to what is the key to build your large business. So especially in our business, if you see, it's a family business. So what you need, you have to be a best team, best home. You have to become a best home team to build a large business, and then if you want to hold the large business, learn a good relationship with the team. So especially the most important thing is relationship. The city, all the city talks about the relationship with the wife and husband, relationship with the children, relationship with the teams. So lots of pointers in this, pointers I got from the city. Just listen couple of times, you will get more and more pointers. So I just want to mention some best points what I got first thing is as a home team, wife and husband as a home team. The first point is learn to compromise each other. You see, wife and husband, they are coming from two different worlds. Of course, man and woman has two different entities. So learn to compromise each other. Compromise each other, because if you want to work together, if you want to build, if you want to work together as a common goal to reach your dreams and goals, you have to compromise each other. There is no other way. Always we have arguing. It doesn't work like that. So the next point is what I understand. If you both have a similarities, appreciate each other. At the same time, if you both have any differences, learn how to work together. And the other one is agree to disagree. It's not easy, but at some point of time, one of the other, we have to learn agree to disagree. That is very nicely Telka was telling with such an example also. If you listen that CD, you will understand. And always appreciate each other, help each other. And the other thing is never ever pass negative to your children, especially when anything happens, not happening in your business. She was explaining very nicely, but I just want to share in this one point. Suppose when anything happens ups and downs about the business, don't talk in front of your children about the business. It gives a negative impact to them. So definitely make sure whatever you are talking, don't talk negative to the kids. And the other set of the pointers is about relationship with your team, either upline or downline. So be trustful with your team, your uplines or downlines, so such a way upline has to count on you, I can trust on you, I can count on you in each and everything. And always follow your upline's goals to reach your dreams, and support your downline to reach their goals. And forgive and forget. This is a very powerful statement, forgive and forget. I also heard this statement from Anjali also in one of the series. She said you have always learned how to forgive and forget. You're forgiving others, it doesn't mean they deserve they deserve it. You deserve the peace of mind. That is a very powerful statement. And I want to end with the powerful one more best pointer analogy. Suppose if you grow if your nails grow for you, you cut your nails. You will not cut your finger. You are not going to cut your fingers. Right? The same way, if any situation comes with your team, with your upline or downline, ignore your ego. Don't cut the relationships. Try to ignore your ego so that it helps you to build a big business. That's it.
Alright. Thank you, Alok. Such a lovely presentation. One best thing I learned from Alok always is the way he delivers. Not only delivers the logic, and he put the relatability is very, very, very important. He is the best in that I can say. I would like to talk about Sugei's talk, Fight a Good Fight. I can say if you don't listen, one of the finest talks you can find from Sugi. Couple of pointers which I took from that talk is, see, whether you like it or not in your life, you are going to be fight you are going to be fight on your salary raise, you are going to be fight on your health benefits, you are going to be fight on your better 401k, or you are going to be fight on your vacation or long weekend, whatever it is, you are going to be fight. But each fight, whatever you are doing, you are putting your 100%. Unfortunately, you are not going to win in that battle, because you are not that. Those are all the things. Whatever I talked about, it's not in your control. It's completely on your boss control. So if it comes to the business, the same fight you have to be doing in your business. Either you need to choose for mediocrity or you choose for prosperity. So when it comes to the business, you probably might fight when you join in multiple, all the 9 core steps. You may not be good at reading the books. You may not be good at contacting, or you may not be good at processing. You are going to be fight in each and aspect of the business, but it's going to be worth it, because even 10% chance of winning this battle is going to be change the entire legacy of your family. Phenomenal talk. And he also talked about, especially when you are dealing with the people, it is very important, because you have to put your 100% effort and commitment if you want to overcome whatever the challenge is. One of the finest talks I can I highly recommend you to go.
All right. All right. Who is excited?
Yeah! Alok, good presentation. For this, I was not aware, so it's like 3 filters, and it's a good presentation. We liked it. So we are Abhay and Akansha, sponsored by Raj and Sandhya in the business, and coach and mentored by most enthusiastic, excited couple, Balaji. So I'll talk about the month of the book, No Matter What. So it talks about 10 accountability principles. I just finished the commitment part, first part, and it talks about a lot of principles, clarity and a couple of more, but integrity and a couple of more. But the way the writer starts is, like on a daily basis, we used to encounter a lot of creative ideas, but everything is not good for us. So we should be very choosy, like what we are committing to, and once we commit, we should be all in and make it happen. And he puts a story. He tells his own story. They have a young kids, and they used to ask, can we go out? So they have 3 options: either say no, or maybe, or yes. So no is no, maybe is they don't want to say no, but like kids are smart. Over the time they realize maybe is a no, but if someone says like when they say yes, and if it is like a maybe, and if you are not doing it, then it gives a then you will lose your integrity in the long run. So commitment is not a way out; it's a way in, and make it happen no matter what, because it will change your life and make you free. So we are committed for the 1,000th leadership. All right.
Okay, so I just wanted to share one thing. Abhay used to say me all the time, read book, but still I'm little rigid. I'm not reading, so what he found out, okay, one solution. I will read but little louder, so that I can listen. So whenever I'm in kitchen doing something, cleaning, so today, like he did, today he was reading No Matter What, 10 commitments of accountability. So he thought, okay, I will speak little louder so that she can listen at least. Awesome. So he started doing, and he came to me and started discussing also. Okay, do you think so? Commitment needs courage. So I said, yeah, definitely it needs lots of courage, not small courage, it needs lots of courage. So we started discussing also, so he thought, okay, we will do like that only. I will read little louder and so that she can listen, and yeah, we definitely recommitted to Priya and Balaji for
Right.
Right.
That's a great idea.
That's the beauty of a system, right? This is a perfect example of how, how things change, how go ahead. You want to say something?
No, I said this is a perfect one.
Gaurav and Sapna, sponsored by the best Ajit and Uma. Super excited to be Balaji and Priya's Ruby ship, and we are Emerald ship is happening this year, and we're playing a big role in it, right? And Gaurav and Sapna, and we're going to talk about a couple of streaming talks. One is by this week's Charlie Russo's 3 Steps Forward, 2 Steps Backward, right? I think Richmond Coliseum, that's where he recently heard it, right? All of us were there. But as we hear it again, there's a beauty behind it, guys. One thing that I talk about, if you really see the topic, it's 3 steps forward, 2 steps behind. You're really moving 1 step ahead. You won't see it. That's the power of compound effect, right? When we do our MG1s at the beginning, you may have noticed this, right? Ever since the process got taken in, our MG1s back then and MG1s now there's a big difference in the refinement, how we relate to people. And that's really a step forward. Even if launches may not have happened, they're happening in the pipeline. Guess what? You have moved ahead. That's your 3 steps forward, right? 2 steps ahead, meaning launches may have said no, FT2s may not have happened, MG2s may not have happened, MG1s. You've been wondering why MG1 went so well. He took the book and never got back, right? And he went back and did another MG1. So you kept going, and that's what he delivers to us this one, right? You do, you review, you mastermind with your upline, you move ahead, but you keep doing, because at some point your personal development is going to improve. Srini, Kavita talk about it, Balaji Priya talk about it, everybody talks about it, right? Your personal development is what you're seeing through this process, and that's the important thing about, and that's the essence of the talk. And if you guys listen to it, there's something that will relate to you in the talk, right? Another talk, very powerful in terms of a story, was Murli and Shalu. I think we didn't have, a couple of last week's, the week before that standing order, right? One thing is, again, everybody goes through adversities, everybody has their own adversities, everybody has their own story. Each one of us, we can't wait to, to have our story told out, listen to each one of your stories. But guess what, each one of us has a struggle, and Murli's struggle was, more of a physical challenge, but guess what, the struggles that they overcome, one thing that really talk about is, from that is the intangibles that we get to his business, right? The friendship that we develop, but more than that, that point of time in his life when he was in India with an accident, and people from here, cross lines from here, his LOS and his team, continuously sending him messages of, improvement and things like that. Where does that happen, right? If you were to go down like a physical disability or touch wood, whatever it could be, right? How many messages will really come from your workplace, right? And how many of friendships have we developed? Intangibility. That's the essence that I took from that CD, that talk. And beautiful CD. Go ahead and listen to it. And here's a.
Again, I just want to say, be very quick. Alok, great presentation. You always have your own flair and way of doing things, and you always do the best, just the best. We spoke a little bit earlier, but I just love this. Even my little one, she knows how to come and, oh, it's not green, why? She'll come and she knows the colors now. So she's learning colors, so she knows, oh, why the color has changed. So she also knows that something is going on here. So she gets excited every time it comes on. But I was going to talk about the same thing that Madhu spoke about, relationship, but she did a great job, so I don't want to redo it. Quickly, I was listening this morning to a little older CD by Kumar and Ajay, their founders double diamond recognition, and I didn't know it was a recognition. I just started playing it. But when you listen to it, the way they talk about their kids, I think the 2 minutes that Ritika spoke in the end, that was just amazing. The confidence and the self-images that they have, I think it's just a total testament of this business. And you can see it in kids all across. I was just reading the book that Devika wrote. Oh my God, fabulous ride. But that's just a true testimony of another intangible business. I'm very excited.
All right.
Hey guys, we are super excited. Mutsu and Arva blessed to be sponsored by the awesome Sudarshan and Priya, mentored and coached by the awesome Balaji and Priya. Everyone's going. Raise the
So yeah, we are blessed to be sponsored by like Sudarshan and Priya when we are in the FED. So just little bit I have the topic of book, but they are our coach and Balaji Priya is our mentor. We understand the difference between that things now, and it's very blessing to having like people like this coach and mentors in our life. And right, they told us I am very bad in reading the books. So I never like what you have told me. I can't share the same. But today, when from last 6 months I'm continuously reading books, and I can see the changes in my own life. For example, you have your own best friend, you have your own best friend, right? You can't share, you can't be having a common best friend with both the. So books are like that only. They're the best friend of your own. You grab a different thing from your different books, and you take it a different because you have a different life or you have a different past. So books are so like I'm just reading that book, Believe and Achieve by Kulin Desai. And why I'm talking about book, I'm so glad I'm in this team. I'm blessed that I'm in a BWW. I don't believe this. I'm in a team where people are not reading the book, they're writing the book. Like, and every month we are getting like Kumar is writing, Kulin Desai is writing. Now the Devika write, I don't know, tomorrow I just heard might be Raghu come up with a book or Siddhant is writing the book. So you're having all writers here who are so ambitious, and I'm seeing the Devika interview on the book also. It's so amazing because they have the parents are like that. So they create that standard. So their kids have to they become like more challenge for them to prove themselves. And they're doing it their best in their own way, like responsible abandon. I'm just going through that and I'm just thinking, wow, they write the book. I'm so blessed and feeling I'm just counting my blessings only. So reading book is so important. See, people are writing books. She's so young and she written the book and we can't read the book, like one book. Like people, writing a book is not easy. Writing a chapter is a difficult thing. So it's not very easy. We just think like we can also, but it's very difficult. But the way the Believe and Achieve, I was talking about Kulin Desai, is so amazing. What he think, what he want to be and where he is today. The way, just from a village of India, I'm from India, so I can understand what is the life he had. And wow, he had the legacy today. He just secured his generations to come. So that's so amazing thing about that book. And I believe it. See, whatever you have in your mind, you will achieve it. If you are here, you're sitting here, it's something for some reason. You're a selected person. I'm selected here to be in MBA because I have something to do in this. If standing here and talking like this, so there will be some reason behind it. We are not just like that and we just came here because we talk lots of people, everybody minds doesn't click it. So this all understanding given by me to the book. Books is so amazing, like change the way I think, the change I talk with Hussein, it changed the way I talk with my parents. And one more thing, just this last thing, like why continuous reading is important? Because you're continuously interacting with negative people every day in your workplace, when you're going out with your, might be families are not negative, but their environment is so like that. When you talk to them, they can't understand that. So much of negativity is there outside. So every time we need the positivity to dilute that or just remove from our life. So that's why in reading book is so amazingly important. And Believe and Achieve is like my favorite book. I can't keep it. So Murtaza say read this, is very thin and you can complete this, and it's so an amazing story by Kulin Desai. I just love that.
Amazing. Awesome. Alright. Okay. First of all, I want to thank Alok for such an awesome presentation on atmosphere. It's a tremendous explanation of how the atmosphere works, and great hosting by Tayo. I want to talk about the book which I recently completed, Go Giver. It's an awesome book. The way the author has put up everything in this book, it's like a story. Once you start reading that book, I can guarantee you will never keep this book down. Because it talks in a story way, so you will be always thinking, when you're sleeping, you'll think what's happening in the next chapter, what's going on, what law he's going to implement, talk about next, and how will it implement, because he talks about 5 laws. And then the author gives a challenge that whenever he explains about a law, he has to go and implement that law. So then the way he talks about the law, explains the law, and then how he implements the law, it's amazing. I'll tell you just the 5 law, what the law is, but you have to read the book to get the complete understanding of that. So the 5 law of success it talks about is the law of value. Then it's the law of compensation, the law of influence, the law of authenticity, and law of receptivity. Those are the 5 laws it talks about, but it's a great book to start with, and I can guarantee you will never end up without reading this book. And I also want to talk about this. we are going to be eager in this winter conference. That's the done deal, and we are the biggest part in the biologists. We are membership. That's going to happen. That's done deal, and we'll make it happen. Thank you.
All right. The handsome couple, handsomeness.
Hey guys, we are Krishna and Ambika. I know there's been a long queue, so we'll be very brief. We're sponsored in the business by the amazing young gentleman who gave the demonstration, Alok Sabrawal, and we are blessed to be in this team. So I've been reading this book, Think and Grow Rich, and the 10 Laws of Success or 16 Laws of Success. So each page there is a takeaway. So I'll just talk about one takeaway from that book. One is he says that the life you will have is not what you deserve, it's not what you expect, but what you tolerate. So if you in your work, if you tolerate your boss, beating you around, making you work late, that's what you will end up happening. If you tolerate your kid, playing or going by their whims and fancies, that's what will happen. The same thing in the business too. The prospects, the candidates that you are working through in the process, if they don't read the book, you move them to the next stage. They don't listen to the CD, and then you process them further. That's what will happen. So that's a big takeaway for me. Your life is what you tolerate. Yes, Ambika?
All right. Talk about, again, thanks Alok for an awesome presentation as always. Quickly wanted to talk about the BWW TV. There were some amazing talks there, but two talks I really liked was The Legacy by Vinny Pappalardo, and another one was Make Your Children Your Wife. They're kind of interrelated because Paul and Surya Ford talk about why you should be making your children your reason and not an excuse. But most important thing was the legacy, the way the children, right? Tony and Dennis talk about the children, the letter that she writes, that is so amazing, the value that her dad has, the legacy that he has created. It is not about the legacy of the wealth, but the legacy, the mindset he talks about. So it got me thinking, whether I'll give a reason to my daughter Sia, where she will be thinking 10-15 years from now that the parents didn't build the business because they were lazy to go out in the evening, because they were not ready to make the changes that they're ready to make, because kids know it, everybody knows it, right? But or have a letter like the way Pappalardo's have it, like creating a legacy. That is what make us keep moving forward in the business and have that focus, and every day we are out and making things happen, both the volume wise as well as making the launches. Very proud about Krishna. He's also every day out there making things happen. Oh, now.
Hey guys, what a lineup, right? I mean, 5 couples who are far and excited. Everybody had so much to say. You can tell if we give each one a stage for half an hour, I think they would have done it justice, right? Honestly, that was awesome. And what a handsome, the most handsome couple came last, but everybody, what a handsome couple, right?
Game about the others. You said the others are not handsome.
See, English is my third language, so pardon me if I didn't get it. I said the handsomest, or the most handsome. I said most handsome. Behave yourself.
Others came in close competition.
Close, but no cigar, right? They were all handsome.
We were just glad that the color didn't that was my message.
I was keeping track of the color, and when they were here, it was solid green. Solid green. Everybody else, it was light green, but for them, it was solid green.
Nobody spoke properly today.
They were all like this. Fire up, man. Awesome.
The rest did it, then it came.
So now it came,
They
right?
showed how they did it.
Exactly. So you guys don't know what you're missing, I'm telling you. But, it's amazing. We missed 1 week, and everybody's so eager to share and give so much. It's absolutely phenomenal. All right, so we're just going to go over a couple of things. There's a partners meeting this